This is exhaust in reverse E-mini S&P for Ninjatrader 8. We are going over the performance summary, data, and input settings in this video for a hypothetical back test. Let's take a look now. These are some of the most recent trades as of February the 11th. No trades on February the 12th session right now so far. So you see on February the 11th there was a winning trade, and then there was a losing trade, re-entered right away, hit a winning trade. So the stop loss on this strategy is $500. Profit target is $800, and it looks to buy dips in low volatility markets that are rising, markets that we're currently in that just go in one direction. And you can see how well it's done based on these settings. Going back to this setup is through 7/1/2019. So approaching 2-year back test. 121 average trade profit this session. This strategy does not hold trades during the session time when the market is closed, and so it can start trading at night, and it will hold it between, it can hold it between 3:15 and 3:30, but it will get out before the 5 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Central time close, and it can start trading again at the new session open. So it won't hold over the weekend, won't hold it for the 1 hour closed period. And so these are the results. Once again, it's long only. The max drawdown of 57.1250, pretty standard for an E-mini S&P strategy to have that sort of drawdown. And here is the equity curve once again. Let's look at the monthly results. And you see, we'll select this. So February, a net profit 36.8750, and the number of trades that you see right here were 10 so far in February, 637.50 with 23 trades in January, 1625 with 27 in December, 6500 in November on 37 trades, 20 trades in August, 8,012.50. This won't trade if it's below a VIX threshold. So VIX was high, and so there were no trades. You can change that VIX threshold though, so let me show you that. We're going to go to the data and input settings now. Right click, data series. You have one data series. It does look at the VIX though from the script, so you're required to have in your data feed, required to have the cash VIX, the CBOE VIX, not the VIX futures. And so these are the backtest data settings that we're using. And the first two sections should match ours for backtesting. From this point down, it's a matter of personal preference. It's the colors that you prefer on your chart styles. But we're looking at 1-minute charts of the ES, and we're using this custom range. We're using the 24-hour session, so we use the instrument session. And I say break at end of day. And so those are the data settings. Now let's look at the input settings. Right click strategies. And so here is the Ninja script. It's Capstone exhaust and reverse ES. And now I'm going to move it over here so you can see the input parameters. I'm going to disable this so it's easier to read. So uncheck that, apply. And so for the data settings also, you don't need to go back as far as I did for automation. For automation, you can go back just a couple of months. Contracts, you can change the number of contracts. We use a don't trade if holiday function, so it won't trade on a holiday. Use monthly stop loss. That is available. That is a feature that is available. It is by default unchecked. If you check this, make sure you have at least an entire month worth of data to make sure you capture the entire month so it can calculate that monthly stop loss. Keep track of where you are on a monthly basis historically. We don't use max daily entries, but you could use that. Use the stop loss, yes, $500. Use the profit target, yes, $800. We've had this strategy in the past. In 2016 when VIX was really low, 2017 VIX went really low, all-time lows, 8 in the 8 handle, low 8 handle. And we use a $300 stop loss and a $500 profit target. We've expanded that and added a VIX filter for this latest update. So this strategy has been updated from an older version with the new volatility, we needed that. So we have the little start time. These are based on Eastern Standard Time. So if your time zone is not Eastern Standard Time, you don't need to change these. It will automatically adjust for your time zone. So long start time 1700, long finish time is 1558, and the long exit time is 1600. So it will exit at 1 hour before the close. And so based on this setup, you could change that. You could change that to 1658 and 1658 and 1659. So yeah, because this is because it readjusts to Eastern Time, this could be 1658 and this could be 1659, and it would exit 1 minute before the close. And ideally this should be 1800 because the market stops trading at 1700, but that's okay because if it's greater than 1700, that's when it will start trading, but it won't generate any trades until 1800 because the market is closed between 1700 and 1800 Eastern Standard Time. So you could say 1658 there to trade right up to the last two minutes before the close, and then 1659 to exit 1 minute before the close. Use minimum VIX filter. You could do that. You could require that the minimum VIX be greater than 10 at this point in time. It's not really that necessary. VIX is in the 20 handle. Maximum VIX filter is set at 25. Higher than 25, these stop loss and profit target. This stop loss becomes too tight, really, and it becomes a market that's too volatile, really, to buy dips, especially with a $500 stop loss. It can still be a dip buying market. However, once VIX goes above 25, it might be a much wider ranging dip type of market, dip buying type of market. So this was the real trick in setting this up, was setting the VIX up. It needed a custom session. If I didn't add this session name to the Ninja script, then the results wouldn't be the same, and it did not include the VIX, the entire VIX session data. So I had to include adding the data symbol 2, data bars period type 1, 1 minute, and then we have to have the default 24/7 to tell it to make sure to look at all the VIX data that's available instead of just during a fixed default session. For the symbol. The symbol default session is different than the 24 hours availability. The VIX is not available 24 hours a day. It starts at around 3 a.m., but it would only look at it, I believe, during the day session if you don't include this custom session right here in the code, and I did that. So all you have to do is set it to default 24/7, and it'll work on your side. And the other inputs are standard inputs. You should match those. Click on this, and you are good to go. Let's apply that, and you can look at the results once again. It's calculating. $39,400, $121.98, and that is Capstone exhaust in reverse E-mini S&P for Ninjatrader 8. One more thing I wanted to do was to show you the input settings that I'm meant to have in there for the time-based inputs. It doesn't make much difference, but here are the real time-based input settings that you should have. 1800, 1658, 1659. You can modify those and adjust them to your heart's content. If you want to trade just during the day session, you can test different things. You might find something that I have not found, but you can set it up like this, and the results are not much different than what I had. So if you apply that and say OK, and then you look at the performance summary, you see the most recent trades are similar, and the results are a little bit better on the total net profit. Drawdown's a little bit lower. So 338 trades, $120 average trade profit. Equity curve looks like this, and the flat periods are when VIX is high. Because VIX is high, it doesn't trade during those flat periods. So if you're looking for a strategy to buy the dips when VIX is low, and you're the type of person that is tempted to short this market, and this is one of the motivations for creating this strategy, is my temptation to want to short this market or look for a way to short this market. It just keeps rising and rising and rising, and all these little small sell-offs look like good points to start shorting, but then the market keeps going up. And so This strategy covers that and is a good strategy for dip buying.